Thanks to Vernal for sponsoring this video. This is my full studio setup, completely redesigned for 2025. New layout, new gear, and massive upgrades from Vernal. Before we jump into the main setup, I want to quickly show you how the whole studio is laid out, just to give you guys a better understanding of where everything sits. So if you imagine the room is a simple box shape, as you walk in, the first thing you'll see is my new L-shaped Vernal executive standing desk over on the left-hand side. This is my main setup. It's the one that you see in all my videos, and it really has become the centerpiece of the space. Straight ahead, opposite the door, is the window, and right underneath that, I've got my second Vernal standing desk, which I now use for all of my top-down shots and product close-ups. I'll show you that setup a little later in the video because it's a huge part of how I film and edit now. Then over on the right hand wall, I've built a little bit of a workstation area. This is definitely still a work in progress, but this is where I keep pretty much all of my essentials: camera gear, lighting accessories, smaller devices, props for B-roll, all stored not so neatly inside these IKEA Alex drawers, with my backdrops sitting on top, ready to go whenever I need them. I've tried to design this space so everything has a clear purpose. Whether I'm sitting down to edit, filming top down, or grabbing something from storage, everything's within reach, and that's what makes this studio so efficient to work in, despite it not being a huge space. Okay, so let's start with the heart of the entire studio, my main desk setup. This year I've upgraded to the Vernal Executive Corner Standing Desk, and honestly, this thing has completely transformed my workspace. The L-shaped design gives me so much more room to work, edit and film. It's become the central hub for everything I do here. The finish is stunning too. Vernal have done an amazing job making this look like a piece of furniture rather than just a workstation. The walnut detailing, the clean sturdy legs, and the way the privacy panels wrap around the desk give it such a premium, cohesive feel. Perfect for a setup that's visible in almost every video I make. I've always loved Vernal desks for their precision, build, quality and stability, and this executive corner model takes that even further. It's rock solid. Even when it's fully raised, there's barely any wobble, there's no flex, which is essential when filming or working with heavier gear on the surface. You literally can place a cup of water on the desk, lift it to standing height or back down again, and the water barely even ripples. Vernal desks also come with dual cable management trays pre-installed, so you can keep everything neat without buying anything extra. Assembly was very quick and straightforward as well. All the accessories come with pre-installed nuts, which makes it super easy to get up and running, and the majority of the build was done with just one tool provided in the box. Of course, one of the biggest advantages of a standing desk like this is ergonomics. It adjusts to fit users from 4'9" all the way up to 6'7", helping maintain proper posture whether you're sitting or standing. The controls include 4 programmable height presets, so I can easily switch between filming height and editing height at the touch of a button. Right now this desk is home to my M3 Pro MacBook Pro, which powers the entire setup, and my Apple Studio display, which has been with me for years and still works perfectly. I've thought about switching to a dual monitor setup now that I've got more space, but that's probably an upgrade for next year. Paired with my Mac, I'm using the Logitech MX Master mouse, my go-to for editing and general productivity, and a Logitech mechanical keyboard. The keyboard's great, though I do slightly regret getting the version with a number pad. It throws off the balance a bit. It's a small thing, but I guess things like this matter when you're trying to create a workspace that feels just right. My advice would be to go with the smaller option if you are eyeing up this keyboard for your own setup. Overall, this desk has become the perfect centerpiece of the studio. Sleek, functional, and incredibly stable. If you're looking to build your own setup this year, definitely check out Vernal's incredible lineup. You can click the link and use the code on screen to get an extra 6% off your order. When I'm not filming at the main desk or outside the studio completely, this is where I spend most of my time, the top-down setup. This area, along with all my backdrops, is what makes these kind of overhead shots you see in my videos possible. I've got another standing desk here from Vernal, and honestly, it's been such a game changer. The rig that holds my camera isn't the most flexible or sturdy, so I tend to keep it fixed in one place. But having a height adjustable desk means I can easily move closer to or further away from the camera depending on what I'm shooting. Whether it's a small gadget or a bigger product, I've got the flexibility I need. The cable management underneath also makes a huge difference, especially with all the lighting gear that's usually plugged in around here. And because Vernal's desks are modular, I've added their integrated drawer unit, which has become the perfect spot to store all of the essentials I need for filming overhead. Now, for anyone wondering how I get products to move like this in my videos, I actually use a turntable that is supposed to be used for baking, but it's so much cheaper than any alternative, so I went for it. It's nothing fancy, but using it as a mini turntable with a smaller backdrop on top lets me get smooth rotating shots like this. So if you're looking for a super affordable way to create these kind of clips, this setup works perfectly. To add to this, for anyone also wondering, whenever you see product shots like this with no background whatsoever, I'm usually using my green backdrops. They act as a green screen for me, letting me isolate the device completely when editing, so the focus stays exactly where it should on the product itself. So that pretty much wraps up my studio for now. Honestly, these desks from Vernal have completely transformed not only how the space looks, but also how it works. They're incredibly premium, they feel solid, and they look even better in person. I genuinely don't have a single bad thing to say about them, and I cannot recommend them enough if you're looking to upgrade your own setup. It's crazy to think that around 18 months ago, this studio didn't even exist. I was just using an empty spare room and a makeshift top-down setup to create my videos. Since then, I have been able to move into this dedicated space where I can create, film, and work every single day. Thanks to brands like Vernal and everyone who continues to watch and support the channel, I have been able to create a space that I am truly happy with. If you're thinking of building or upgrading your own setup, definitely check out Vernal. Click the link below, use my code on screen, and get an extra 6% off your order. The studio is still a work in progress. There's a lot more I want to do and plenty more tech I want to bring in, but for now, this is what I'm working with. I'm super excited to see where things go in the future with this space. So, what do you think about all of this? Let me know in the comments below, and if you are still watching up to now, then hit the thumbs up button and think about subscribing to the channel to see lots more content like this. For now though, thanks for watching, and as always, I'll see you in the next video.